Thank you. Well, thank you. As the president was reading that rather long biography, I thought to myself, I'm the first governor of Illinois from District 502, and I'm very proud of that. I grew up in Hinsdale, Illinois, in DuPage County, and I can remember when I was a kid, the movement to have a College of DuPage. That was, I guess, back in the early 60s or so, and I think all of those folks who were visionaries back then, who had a vision, who understood that where there is no vision, the people perish. That's from Proverbs in the Old Testament, and we owe a debt of gratitude to all of those who saw the vision and the opportunity of having a community college here in DuPage County, and in our whole state of Illinois. We have 48 community colleges, and it's a very, very special thing that we have in our state of Illinois, that we believe that education, it's not just for the elite and those with a whole bunch of money, it's for everybody. We have to have a learning society, and I've been so inspired and impressed by the graduates here tonight and all of your abilities and talents and diversity. It's really awesome to see all of our graduates and your commitment to your education, and I think we really are quite impressed by the fact that you work so hard and you're so dedicated to learning and to making a difference in our society. And I want to say to the faculty of COD, we thank you very much for your ability to impart knowledge to these wonderful students. I think it's very, very meaningful that our teachers sacrifice some of their present in order to help their students' future. And I think that's really emblematic of our country, that we believe in being custodians of the future. We understand that education is a key part of our democracy. If we're going to have a strong democracy, we must have strong education, lifelong education. Sometimes when life deals you perhaps a setback, folks go back to school to improve their skills, to get new information and education in order to go further in life. And I think those who are here tonight to honor our graduates, our parents and our spouses and our children and all of those who help support our graduates, you deserve a real salute, because I think it's important to understand that education is a community mission. It is something where families help each other to learn more about our world and to have and acquire those talents that will make a difference in our world. And I do want to also salute our trustees of the College of DuPage, who were elected by the people of the county of DuPage. These are not folks who get paid a salary or they get paid overtime. They do it because of love of learning. And I think it's very, very meaningful that in our democracy of Illinois, that we have men and women who volunteer to come forward and help manage the institution to make sure it's doing things in the proper way that encourage the kind of education that we all aspire to in the 21st century. I do want to personally salute as well Christian O'Kelly, who I thought gave a stirring rendition of our national anthem. I think that's what it's all about. And I think we all understand, and especially COD understands, that those who have answered the call to duty, who have volunteered for our military, gone forward in many cases, very dangerous places, Iraq, Afghanistan, and elsewhere around the world, when they come home with their GI Bill of Rights, that my father, who lived many, many years here in DuPage County, he was in the United States Navy in World War II, and he served 3 years, 1 month, and 15 days, and he got the GI Bill of Rights, and that allowed him to pursue further education and get a degree. And we have many, many veterans who come here through the halls of College of DuPage to learn. And I think it's important that we make sure that those who have served our country and worn the uniform of our country, when they come home, we take good care of their education and their health care and their ability to get a JOB. In the Old Testament, Isaiah, a prophet, he talked about righteous oaks. And your graduates today, in my book, are righteous oaks. You're men and women who understand that the really highest calling of all of us as human beings is to have an ethic of service. Service to others is the rent we pay for our place on God's earth. And I want to say tonight, on behalf of all the people of Illinois, and we have almost 13 million people in our state. We're the 5th largest state. We're a very large state. But we're not just a crowd of folks, everyone going in their own separate direction. We are a community of shared values, and we understand those fundamental, enduring values of helping others, of having patriotism, of being generous, of helping others learn. Those are fundamental values, and that is the way you can pay your service in rent to all of us. As you go forward from this night with your excellent education, we want you to change the world. We want to make sure that we have men and women in our society, in our midst, who have, as was said by Roxanne and Rachel, high dreams, great vision, willing to take risks, willing to make a difference. That's really what education at its best is all about. And I do think it is important that our state of Illinois invest in education. Right now, in Springfield, where I have a house known as the Governor's Mansion, it is important that we understand when the legislature comes together next week and the week after. By the end of this month, we must pass a budget that truly invests in our education, in early childhood education. In our state, we have 1 million boys and girls who are born today, age 0, all the way up to age 5. From birth to 5, 1 million children in our state. And we have to be custodians of their future. Some of the graduates will be teaching these boys and girls. We must invest in early childhood education. We must make sure they get off to a well-educated start, and this institution can help make that happen. And I think it's so important from kindergarten to 12th grade that we have the kind of fundamental, accountable education that we invest in as the people of Illinois to make sure that our students, when they graduate and get a diploma from high school, have that opportunity to come here and get a certificate or an associate degree, or your very creative program, your 3+1 program, where you can, right here at this institution, with other institutions as well, get a 4-year college degree. I think that's innovative. I think that makes affordable the education that we all aspire to. And as part of my mission as governor, I put forward a budget this year that invests in our community colleges and our higher education. And I also believe in a great program that's been around a little bit longer than the College of DuPage. This is your 47th commencement. And for over 50 years in Illinois, we've had a program called the Monetary Assistance Program. It's a scholarship program. It understands that affordability, the ability to go to community college or 4-year university, is a very key principle in our society. We've got to make sure that those who have the ability to do work here at this institution or other community colleges or 4-year universities are not denied that opportunity because of finance. We believe in opportunity in America. We believe in opportunity in Illinois. And we believe in making sure as taxpayers that we help finance college scholarships for those who have been admitted to school but need a helping hand with respect to a scholarship. Right now in our state, we have 140,000 students who receive our Monetary Assistance Program scholarships, and that amounts to about $373 million investment. That's an investment in human minds. We just saw it tonight with all the talent that's assembled in this great hall, what the differences you're gonna make in improving lives all across Illinois. So the investment in education pays dividends for a lifetime. But we need to invest more because we have 153,000 students in our state who are qualified for these scholarships, but the money runs out. So I propose in our budget this year, we invest at least $51 million more in scholarships for great students like we see here today. And we've got to get the job done by the end of this month. Now, I mentioned I live in the governor's mansion down in Springfield, which belongs to the people of Illinois. It's the people's house. And in that house, there is a room and there is a bed that was owned by Abraham Lincoln. And Abraham Lincoln went through the Illinois governor's mansion on many occasions. He was a member once of our General Assembly. He voted for the funding to build the governor's mansion. He was friends with the governor, so he oftentimes came over and got the chance to talk to the governor and give him some advice. But Abraham Lincoln, in 1862, signed a law. It was called the Morrill Act, and it was all about education. This was during the Civil War, during a very terrible time in our country's history. But Abraham Lincoln understood how important education was to the success of our democracy, the success of our government of the people, and by the people, and for the people, that it shall not perish from this earth. Abraham Lincoln said those words in 1863 on November 19th, 272 words, the Gettysburg Address, really the charter of our democracy, something that inspires us all, that we believe in everyday people. They're the heart and soul of our democracy. They're the men and women who answer that call to duty to protect our democracy. They're the men and women who teach our children, and they understand how important it is for a strong democracy to have good knowledge and good education. So I wanted to come here today in a county where I grew up long ago, and I believe in DuPage County. It's a lot different county today than when I was growing up. It's a much more diverse county, and I think that's a very healthy thing. The strength of our country, the strength of our state, the strength of this county is its diversity. We believe in a welcoming society. We don't want to be like some places perhaps in our country that need to learn something, that they don't have that kind of welcome to diversity that we believe in Illinois. Just in the past year, we were able to pass a law in November that I signed on Abraham Lincoln's desk that belonged to him, that talked about marriage equality in our state, to make sure that we have a welcoming society. And I want to thank all of those who helped us out. I believe everybody in, nobody left out. Everybody has a role to play. You heard the president talk about the fact that I walked across Illinois from the Mississippi River in Rock Island on the Centennial Bridge all the way to Chicago and Lake Michigan, 167 miles. And I met so many people along the way who needed health care. And we are working on that right now in our state, in our country. We got to make sure that every person counts when it comes to their education, when it comes to their health care, when it comes to making sure they're always put into our society and have a key role, that no one is marginalized. So in this great institution where my kids played basketball, where my kids learned and went to class, I really wanted to come and salute the College of DuPage. 47 years. The first 47 are the toughest, but we're on our way to higher and higher leagues, heights. And I want to say to all the graduates that we know you're going to make a difference. And I believe in the Bible, both the Old Testament and the New Testament. And there is a passage in the New Testament from Paul. Paul was a person who got around. He traveled a lot. He was an evangelist. He understood that it had to be, if you're going to make a difference, you got to get out there and roll up your sleeves and work as hard as you can and follow your dreams. So what Paul said in a letter to Corinthians quite a long time ago is what I'm saying to you tonight. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love never fails. Thank you very much.